Okay, so what we're getting is, again, if this had been few months ago, this would have been labelled terror, but now what do you want to do is you want to start labelling everything mental health, right? So anyone who's ever been to doctors and had some antidepressants in the past or something like that, they'll then be able to put everyone into some big bracket of people who were dangers. So that's what all this mental health, new little hoaxes are all about, okay? Right, Hull city centre incident is not terrorist attack, full police statement. A huge police cordon is in place in King Edward Street and Hull Pargan, right? Police have issued a statement over the incident in Hull city centre this afternoon. A man poured petrol inside two banks, Santander and Barclays, in the middle of Hull before he set them alight. The man, who was carrying a meat cleaver, then ran into King Edward Street before going inside Hull Paragon interchange. Police were able to tase the man and apprehend him before placing him under arrest. The man was seen being taken into the back of a waiting ambulance before being taken to Royal Hull Infirmary. Both banks were evacuated and the city centre placed on lockdown. A huge number of officers remain in the area, so they've arrested them. So why are you putting the city in lockdown, the city centre in lockdown, wasting money, wasting taxpayers' money? A Humberside police spokesman has confirmed nobody was hurt in the attack, which happened at around 1:15 p.m. Officers were called to Hull city centre this afternoon to report a man was carrying a blazing weapon and a container with liquid in, thought to be petrol. The man has entered two banks in King Street around 1 p.m. and set fire to some of the liquid. I'm going to show you the proper footage in a moment as well. Some of the footage. So here's the city on lockdown. Police standing there doing nothing. There's the two banks, the Santander and the Barclays, where it's just panned around from. A number of officers quickly attended along with fire crews, and a small blaze was put out. The situation was contained very quickly by police and emergency crews, and the man was arrested at Paragon interchange. The suspect is now in custody. No one has been seriously injured. So why have you got the whole town on lockdown? The public are advised to avoid the area while the investigations continue. Superintendent Phil Ward, North Bank Commander, said, "We are mindful of the public's concern and these type of incidents may be related to terrorism. However, there is nothing to suggest that there is anything other than an isolated incident," which is what they keep saying lately. That's what I mean. They've dropped the Terrorism Act now. And I don't mean the Terrorism Act, I mean the way they act like everything's terror. It's not terror no more. It's just all this. They're going to start rolling out the mental health narrative. I want to offer reassurance that our priority at all times is the safety of the public. Well, stop setting little pantomimes up to make yourselves look good then. Oh, look how fast we responded. How did no one get hurt if he's got a meat cleaver and a can of petrol? He's obviously gone somewhere to hurt people, or has he just gone there just to run around making a bit of noise with a meat cleaver and some petrol? Set a couple of fires that you know you'll put out. I heard somebody say, "Don't go in Santander," but I went back and saw a man armed with a meat cleaver holding a white jug of petrol. He was waving it around and then started setting a light to Santander. That was Michael Lee, who's 22. After he came out Santander, he headed towards Barclays. I was screaming to everyone to move out the bloody way, but they were all filming it on their phones, which I guess is just today's society. Armed police arrived and I saw one of the officers almost trying to use a fire extinguisher to distract him. He started running down Paragon Street and the police were chasing him as well. Right, now we're going to watch this now. Or another angle of it. This is a man called, let me show you, Jasper Rebello. Thank you, you are the news, Jasper. Jasper Rebello was thought to have links to BBC North Look, okay? On the scene again. See the fire in the bank? Go on, stop filming the floor. These people who are always in place, who work for news, who get a little bit of the event, but not enough to show you the actor's face or nothing, and all they do is film in the pavement. Shittest Cameraman of the Year award goes to you, Jasper. You're not getting none of it on your phone. He just said, fuck me, I'm getting all this on my phone. See the state of his footage? Pick your camera up. Stop hiding what's happening. Little plant.
Where is he? Oh, Jesus. Fuck me.
Actors. When the police chaperoning people out that don't need helping. She's walking out already. So we are, what's just happened then? This man's just slipped. Watch. Right. The women come running out. A man slips on the floor. The police fire the extinguisher at the man on the floor and then run past the man at the floor firing the extinguisher at someone else.
Where is he?
Watch. Woman slips. Police man picks up his... Why was that already outside? Look at the fire extinguisher what the policeman picks up. Right, look, there's a fire extinguisher just nicely placed outside. Policeman runs over, picks her up, runs in. That fakery. These two come out. Right? Oh no, the policeman slips. Policeman fell over, you fell over, you fell over.
Look, he's got a machete. Get him, you fucking wankers. Jesus.
Pantomime. Pantomime. Need to carry on music over that. What's going on? Lift your camera up, you bellend. Plant, I can't watch this plant's footage a second longer. Look at him, watch him. Right, I can tell the way he trains with the camera because what you do in the news, when you're shooting the news report, what you have to do is you have to either go and get everyone's consent who's going to be shown in it, or you just put the camera on the floor and film feet. So that's when you'll see a news report and then you'll see the cutback, you'll see the graphics going up on screen telling you what it is. A reporter will come in, introduce what it is, they'll take establishing shots which just shows you where they are and what have you. Say like they're outside the hospital, we are outside such a hospital, so they'll show you what's called an establishing shot. The establishing shot will show you where they are. And then in the city, maybe it's a hospital in Liverpool, so they'll show the live beds and then the hospital. We're in Liverpool today at such a hospital, for instance, all today. So then that's that part sorted. The reporter will then walk towards the camera, talking with his hands, telling you some things. Some graphics will flash up on the screen then. And then what they'll do is when they're showing you the graphics, you'll see a load of people's feet walking, just where they put the camera on the floor. And that's because they can't film people's faces and then go and like plaster them everywhere. Okay? So, and that's the media. So this man has got links to media, BBC North Look. Alright, this man Jasper, he's got links to media, BBC North Look. So then, when we see his footage, his trained footage like that, getting people off screen, only filming pavements, and know what he's up to. I can spot it. So how much of all of that was a plant? If someone runs into the bank with a machete, he wants to cause harm to someone. He hasn't injured no one. Not a single person. But now they can say, oh, this is not terror. But any other event like this has been terror. But all of a sudden, now it's not terror. Like the Westminster one the other week wasn't terror. Well, every other time we've seen people driving cars into things, it's been terror. So why are you changing the agenda? Why are you changing the narrative? It's because you're going for the mental health now. Okay? That's what it is. Unbelievable. See you a mile away. This has been Enchanted Life Path TV. Thanks for watching and speak soon. Okay, now because of the direction of the other footage, I've had to keep it this screen this way for you so as I continue now, so I'm sorry about that. But the government hands out 25 million to 6 5G testbed cities across the UK. Commission calls for government to act now on 5G networks article. Hull initiative accounting. Sheffield rallies for funding. Right, so the reason why I'm pulling this up is because this is the motive for all of these attacks. They're testing all the little crappy cohesions between the police, the media, all the response teams, the emergency services. It's all tested on this 5G new network that they're rolling out. Barcelona, Spain, February 27th. A 5G sign is pictured at the Quantum stand during the Mobile World Congress. The government has awarded a total of £25 million to 6 5G projects aimed at accelerating the rollout of the cellular network technology. The 5G testbeds focus on the corporate and industrial applications of the technology and range from smart farming with drones and healthcare in the home to self-driving cars and manufacturing. Two of the projects are also aimed at boosting connectivity in rural communities. Now, what was the first thing that I said as soon as the Westminster attack happened the other week? That he said again wasn't terror no more. I said, no, I'll tell you what it is. It's a 5G testbed. It's a 5G drill, so that they can then go, oh look, more terror attacks and more car incidents. What we need to do is we need smart cars and smart cities so everyone can drive them round. I wrote about this on my website. There's a big massive article. Now these companies, Cisco and the likes, these have all been dug up. There's work about all of these, linking companies like this to every single terror attack. I have got government motive laid out regarding all of these stupid little drills and fiascos and fake little incidents that are being acted out by actors. Okay, our government are wasting money on hiring actors to stage these events so they can test this, because for them to need the 5G and for them to need all the new technology, they need a reason for it. So for them to test it, they need a reason to test it. And there you go. That's why we've just seen knobhead man running around city centres with what they say is a meat cleaver and a tin of petrol. Who even thinks of this shit on a normal level? Okay? I'm born in Liverpool. It's a crazy city. No one thinks like that. No one thinks of it. Just random acts. Do you know what I mean? Cisco have been awarded 4.3 million to bring 5G to the Orkney Islands, Shropshire and Somerset, while Quick Line Communications has secured 21 million to provide 5G connections in Cumbria, Northumberland, North Yorkshire, Lincolnshire, Inverness, Perthshire and Monmouthshire. And there you go. Scott Gardner, CEO of Cisco UK and Ireland, said digital economies rely on connectivity, so the UK can't sit and wait. We need to be trailing now, understanding what 5G can do right across the UK, he said. So that's what it all is, and then they're on social media and they're testing all the cohesions between that. Last month, Ofcom gave 6 companies the green light to take part in its upcoming 5G mobile spectrum auction. In addition to the UK's existing operators, EE, Vodafone, 3, O2 and further firms have been granted permission to bid in the auction. One of the companies is Airspan Spectrum Holdings Limited, is backed by Japanese telecoms giant SoftBank. The Telegraph reported the sixth firm is Connection Limited, a wireless internet provider operating in the whole region. I am going to take the living daylights out of that company now, because that's what we've got to do. There's the motive. I've showed you, I've said it. And there you go, it happens again. And I can go and show you on every single event. It's not just me as well. Annie Logical is the one who made the link, the connection to every 5G. She was the first person in this planet to make the connection between 5G terror events. Between 5G and terror events. She then brought all the work to me so I could present it to all the users on the platform. Her work was unbelievable. It's still all there. David Petraeus, Bell and Pottinger, all the companies' names and the people named David Petraeus, ex-CIA director, now owns a think tank company, CEO of a think tank company down in London, operating all this crap, actually got £1 billion budget to go and film and produce fake events to brainwash all us to think that this world's in chaos. Can you believe it? No, we'll go and have a look. The work's all there for you. It's all over my website, the Facebook page, the lot, right? So I'm just going to have a look around now. Just going to show as well something else that's a little bit weird. Earlier on, look at the time at the top, 14:03. Got a little notification up on my phone, so I looked in. Now what happened was an aeroplane flew over me in a strange direction, right towards like the airport, so I thought, that's weird. The way that's just come over. What type of plane was it? It weren't like a proper passenger plane. I was thinking, is that a private jet? What's going on in Liverpool? Someone just coming here now, who is it? So we had a look on this. Lo and behold, when I was scanning around the whole country, I seen a helicopter here over by Hull. Okay? So, what I done is I thought, that's strange, what's going on? So I had to screenshot it, shared the link then. The bottom of the page shares it over to the Facebook page. A few hours later, or sorry, half an hour prior to that, something had been going on in Hull. So it's this linked. Can't really see why air ambulance would be coming out. I'm almost sure that this was an airport area. That was an airport area, but it's just weird the way I mentions Hull, and then lo and behold, Hull pops up all over the news. 5G rural integrated testbed quick-line communications is trailing 5G across several rural locations to access the benefits of smart agriculture, tourism, connectivity in poorly served communities. There's your motive, there's your reason. That's why the police are always there in 1 second, because it's a big drill. Testing their new little technologies. That's why the Manchester fire engines had a communication failure, because they were testing this shit and it broke down on them. That's why the Grenfell firemen had another communications failure, because they were testing this shit and it broke down on them. There's your answer. This is Enchanted Life Pat TV. Thanks for watching and speak soon.